Sunsets over the great outdoors, loved-up adventurers living in vintage vans, and some pretty showy yoga moves. That's van life, a movement that's gone from grassroots wanderers to a booming lifestyle brand in the US. So successful, van lifers are now marketing their carefree lifestyles to people hungry to live vicariously, giving rise to a surprising kind of existential crisis. Is it freedom or just a paid-for, Instagrammed version of freedom?
Hello. Yeah, try to make me look cool. It's filters.
I've been living in the van 6 years.
How are you, bro? Good to see you.
Johnny Dusto is the brains behind the Australian van life community.
Always had the grey nomads, and you've had the hippies in the 60s, 70s. But there's been a change where, like, uni students, young professionals are getting on the road and, yeah, spending more time in vans and exploring that way. It suits our life perfectly. I'm a travelling musician, so we don't want to be paying rent in a house we're not in.
Yep.
Jared and Ash have been negotiating van life as a couple for nearly 2 years now.
The reality of van life is it's tricky. It's not a get in the car and your life's going to change.
Yeah,
the awning comes out. I mean, we've got to store a bit of water with us. Yeah, this is the reality of it, I guess. We keep our dirty clothes in here. Here's a little dirty pile mess. You know, we've got some pots and pans in the front that we haven't washed from 2 nights ago. Ash isn't allowed on the bed until it's bedtime. That's my couch time. Yeah.
House rules. Is it easy to live in such a small space together in a relationship on the road, moving all the time?
We're kind of this far away from each other quite a substantial amount of time. So when we need space, Jared kind of sits on the chest, and the other day I lay down and listened to this meditation CD, and we were kind of a bit cranky with one another, but we can't shut a door, you know.
Is it a choice, or were you always going to be like this, do you think?
It's a choice for the moment.
It's Jared's 10-year plan, he says.
10-year plan. And then what happens after that?
Good question.
Well, I asked them how planning a family might change things.
Yeah, we'll just cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah.
Is that bridge going to be soon?
Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know if you're comfortable with it.
Nah, it's a bit of a touchy subject.
Yeah.
It strikes me that there is a bit of an inbuilt irony with van life in that people seek it for freedom, but in some ways it's limiting in freedom. You know, you can't just use a shower when you want to. You can't use a bathroom when you want to.
Yeah.
You can't get your own personal space when you want it. Does that irony sort of ring true to you at all?
Definitely. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense because I guess, the open road, but really once you've got your space for the night, your open road decreases quite a lot because now you're down to a box.
So how long have you had this van for?
I've only had this van for about a month.
36-year-old Crystal recently gave up her corporate life, bought a van and hit the road solo with her dog Henry.
It keeps me warm, I'm pretty safe, I go wherever I want. If I get bored, I move on. This is my wardrobe. So this is my kitchen. Corns. There's everything in here for a salad. The carrots for Henry because he likes to eat carrots.
What do you think about some of those Instagram images of van life? Is that reality? Is that truthful?
I just think it's a big pile of garbage. If you look at most of the Instagram photos of girls in bikinis who are perfectly tanned with their perfectly lumberjack looking partners hitting the road with amazing landscapes, it's all there for sponsorship. If you have a look, they're usually hashtagging the packet of chips they're eating or the brand of clothing that they've been given, and it's just not real. And the reality of it is you got to stop for petrol, you're going to hit some in-between towns, you're going to stay in some fairly unspectacular places. You're not going to shower every day, you're not going to look like that. I don't know how those girls look like that, but they might look like that, they might not smell like that.
Is it a lonely life?
and not so far.
Instagram has been the main way that we can connect because it's such a popular forum for people to share pictures, ideas. We can basically, it's built so fast over the last 2 years that we can connect with thousands of people.
But the same way they came together could also eventually pull them apart. In the same way, commercial pressures are diluting the authenticity of the movement in the US.
I was like, from my marketing standpoint, because I studied that and work in that, I was like, oh, this is awesome. I can help you guys, like, you know, get more work through that. Like, I know girls that get paid like $500 to just take a picture of them in a bikini. And I've seen that coming into the van life community now. We're really picky with our brands that we work with.
So how do you choose the brands you work with?
So the brands have to be connected to our community, actually add value to our community.
You know, it is jarring to hear bohemian van lifers talk about brand opportunities. As a metaphor of this clash, or as a sign of the crossroads the van life community is at, Johnny's ticketed event even has an ATM on site, which no one seems to be using.
You're essentially trying to market a lifestyle. Is that what van life is?
Yeah, well, I mean, any lifestyle could be marketed if there's products or things that we're all consumers.
Not all see it that way. Families are also making a go of van life, like Jay and Trip and their homeschooled children, Hunter and Ace, Rottweiler Gypsy and their converted school bus, Margie.
Oh, wow. What a setup. This is like better than my house.
Okay, well, we've got Trip and I in the back bed and Hunter's on the left, Ace is on the right. We don't have Facebook. Our Facebook is the ceiling. So there's the photos of where we've been and these are the events that we've been to. So weddings, birthdays, babies.
But we got enough space for everything and our whole mentality was just keeping it simple and then make it clear, I guess, clear home, clear head.
As for the lifestyle, I think it's much easier than we had imagined because it's just, we can go literally wherever we want, whenever we want. So it works for us.
What about raining and kids getting bored and, you know, not feeling like you've got one place to be? I mean, did that take a while to get?
The best thing. The kids are never bored. The kids are always outside. They're always learning. And
you know, you guys have chosen to live the van life, and you've learnt a lot about it along the way. Is it for everyone, or is it just right for you?
It should be for everyone.
But is everyone right for van life?
No. Everyone's. I don't think a lot of people are awake enough.
And, as if to make us house dwellers feel better, even van life's evangelist Johnny admits that there are some downsides, like the fact that he recently crashed his home into a pole.
Yeah, now I'm vanless.
There's probably a hashtag in that.
I know, and it does mean I'm homeless at the moment. It definitely doesn't suit everyone. Like, the pictures definitely suit everyone, that idea of freedom and going, oh, I just want to pack up and go. Everyone feels that. It's that feeling of, you know, that lifestyle is better than my lifestyle, when it's not the truth, you know.
That's interesting. I think that's really the most interesting part, because you got to be careful what you wish for, and escape has reality.
Yeah, and the grass is not always greener on the other side.